She helps you feel better about yourself for $15. When I was a kid, I got picked on for having a really big nose. Things were made worse by my grandparents, who didn't help me feel better about it. I became super self-conscious about my nose. Everyone knew me as the kid with the huge nose. When I heard about a service that could help me feel better about myself, I was super excited to try it out. And the best part? It only cost $15, which seemed like an amazing deal. I found out about this service by chance when I was leaving class one day. Normally, I'd take a shortcut through the forest to get to my dorm. It's really pretty, and I like the view. But this time, the path was closed because of construction, so I had to take a longer route across the city bridge instead. It added an extra 15 minutes to my walk. That's when I saw a poster taped to a street lamp. It caught my eye with its bold message, "Got an insecurity? We can fix it." Only $15, there was a phone number scribbled below it, inviting me to take action. At first, I was skeptical and ignored the poster, but something about it made me chuckle, so I took a photo of it. I wish I had just left it at that. But something strange happened. Maybe the poster inspired me, or maybe I just felt brave, and the next day, I decided to confront my fears and ask my crush, Amy, out on a date. My heart racing, I approached Amy before class and gently tapped her shoulder. She turned around, removed her headphones, and revealed her stunning straight brown hair. She looked as gorgeous as ever. "What's up?" she asked, her voice casual and friendly. "Hey, I stuttered, feeling awkward. "I just think you're really beautiful. Would you like to go out with me sometime?" But instead of a smile, she burst out laughing. "Haha, you, hammerhead, haha, this is a joke, right?" she teased, using the nickname that reminded me of my insecurity. I replied, feeling embarrassed. "Yeah, my nickname was Hammerhead, and it's pretty obvious why. Thanks for the laugh, I guess I needed it this morning. I didn't get much sleep last night," I said, trying to play it cool. But she just smiled and walked away like nothing had happened, leaving me feeling even more humiliated. I fought to hold back my tears. I clenched my fist to stop myself from punching the wall in frustration. That was the final blow. I was exhausted from being treated like this for 16 years. I called in sick to school and snuck out to find the poster again. It was still there, stuck to the street lamp, seeming to mock me. In a moment of desperation, I dialed the number. The woman on the other end picked up before it even had a chance to ring. "Hello," she said, her voice calm and gentle. I cringed at my own desperation. I shook my head, realizing I was so hopeless that I hadn't even considered the possibility that this was a prank ad. I was about to hang up, but to my surprise, she responded. "Yes," she said enthusiastically. "May I give you the address?" I raised an eyebrow, but I was too invested to back out now. "Yes, please," I said, feeling defeated. She gave me the address, and I quickly made my way there. It turned out to be a garage door, about a 45-minute walk from where I saw the poster. I wondered what I was getting myself into. "Hi," she exclaimed, waving enthusiastically as she walked out. "Do you have an appointment for Andrew?" she asked, looking me up and down. She seemed to be around my age, maybe a year or two older. Her curly black hair bounced with each step, and her bright brown eyes sparkled with warmth. I smiled back, feeling a bit more at ease. "Yeah, that's me," I replied. "Great. Come on in," she said, ushering me inside. "How can I help you?" She closed the garage door behind us and gestured for me to sit in what looked like a dentist's chair. I hesitated, feeling self-conscious. "My ... nose is 2, I trailed off, unable to finish the sentence. I was mortified, but I figured I was already there, so I might as well see it through. "Too big," she finished for me with a kind smile. "Don't worry, I'll fix it right away." She put on latex gloves and started massaging my face. I felt a slight tingling sensation, but that was it. The whole process was over in just a few minutes. "Okay, all done," she exclaimed, sounding cheerful. "That'll be $15, please." I hesitantly handed over the cash, feeling frustrated and angry. I was too shy to confront her about my disappointment, so I just stormed out of there, fuming. I couldn't believe I'd fallen for such an obvious scam. I'd walked all that way for nothing. I was furious with myself for being so desperate. In a fit of rage, I kicked a trash can onto the ground as I stormed back to my dorm. My day was going from bad to worse. I trudged back to my dorm, opening the door awkwardly. I was already a target for bullying, and I didn't want to give them any more ammo. So I tried to sneak in quietly, but that didn't work out. "You, Andrew, did you get a nose job or something?" someone yelled from across the hallway. drawing attention to me. I jerked my head up, startled. It was one of my classmates, grinning at me. I stuttered, unsure of what to say. "Looks good, dude," he said, clapping me on the back. "See you in class tomorrow, yeah? Everyone's gonna freak out." "Ha ha," he laughed and walked off, leaving me feeling anxious and humiliated. I was baffled. There was no way that fake nose job actually worked, right? My classmate was just messing with me, trying to get a rise out of me. I figured Amy must have told everyone about my failed attempt to ask her out, and this was just another joke at my expense. But then I looked in the mirror, and my eyes widened in shock. My nose actually looked better. I was stunned. Could it be true? Was that ridiculous ad actually legitimate? Had it really fixed my nose, my biggest insecurity? I couldn't believe it. I was so thrilled that I almost jumped for joy. Maybe, just maybe, people would finally start treating me with respect and kindness. I went to bed with a huge smile on my face, eager to see how people would react the next day. But little did I know, things were about to take a dark turn. I woke up with a pounding headache and a sense of dread. To make matters worse, I was struggling to breathe through my nose. It felt like someone had blocked my airway, and if that wasn't enough, I could barely open my mouth. I tried to shake off the feeling, thinking maybe I was just tired or groggy from sleep. But deep down, I knew something was seriously wrong. I dragged myself to the bathroom, each step feeling like a monumental effort. I was exhausted, drained of all energy. When I finally reached the mirror, I was met with a shocking sight. I gasped in horror at my reflection. My nose had shrunk to an absurd size smaller than a single Cheerio. It was almost non-existent. The nostrils were tiny, and my mouth was similarly shrunken, making it hard to open. I tried to speak, but no words came out. I was struggling to breathe. My mind raced in panic, thinking, what the hell happened? Just then, I received a message from the girl. "How are you liking it?" she asked, followed by a smirking emoji. My body began to tremble with rage and fear, my heart racing out of control. Was she kidding me? Did she think this was some kind of twisted game? I typed out a furious response, my fingers shaking with anger. "What the hell did you do to me?" I demanded. "What did you do?" But she didn't reply, leaving me with only silence and my growing panic. I was in a state of panic, frantically searching my surroundings for something, anything, that could help me. But there was nothing. I had never seen anything like this before. Just then, I received another message from the girl. "Come back and I can help you fix it," she wrote, followed by a smiling emoji. Might have been a tiny mistake on my part. My bad, her casual tone only added to my outrage and fear. The fake smiley face at the end of her message only made me angrier. I was trapped, with no one else to turn to. This was beyond the realm of medical science or any logical explanation. My internal organs were shrinking. How could I possibly find a solution? I felt helpless and desperate. With no clear way out of this bizarre nightmare, I covered my nose and mouth, trying to conserve what little air I could get, and made a frantic dash for her apartment. Every step was a struggle. Breathing was getting harder. My vision was blurring, and my body felt like lead. But I pushed on, driven by desperation. If I could just make it to her place in time, maybe she could fix this nightmare. She was my only hope, the only one who might know how to reverse the effects. I didn't make it far before collapsing to the ground, suffocating from lack of air. I used my phone's camera to check my face, and what I saw made my heart skip a beat. My nose had vanished completely, and my mouth was rapidly disappearing too. Even my eyes were shrinking, dwindling away by the second. I was horrified, unable to comprehend the nightmare unfolding before my eyes. I frantically scrolled through my contacts, my hands shaking with panic, but the girl's number had vanished. And to make matters worse, all our messages were gone too. She had disappeared without a trace, leaving me with no way to reach her. I was desperate, unable to breathe, and with no solution in sight. I felt like I was running out of time, suffocating under the weight of my own helplessness. I lost consciousness and woke up in my dorm room with a terrified scream. I could barely breathe through my mouth, and my body was shaking with fear. I tentatively touched my face, and my worst fears were confirmed. My nose was completely gone, without any sign of scarring or trauma. It was as if I had never had a nose at all. The realization sent me into a panic, my mind reeling with horror and despair. I thought, my mind racing with confusion and rage. Just then, my phone buzzed with a notification. It was her, the girl who had ruined my life. "Hey, hope you enjoyed our services," she wrote, her message dripping with sarcasm. "Let me know if you need anything else fixed." The ellipsis seemed to mock me, a cruel reminder that she held all the power. I was consumed by fury and desperation, my body collapsing under the weight of my own despair.